The movie opens with a montage of news clips and social media posts about the #Release the Snyder Cut movement, showcasing the zeal and commitment of Snyder fans. We are introduced to our protagonist John McClane, a mall cop and an avid Marvel Cinematic Universe fan. While working a shift at the mall, he hears about a special one-night screening of Zack Snyder's Justice League in IMAX. Excited, John decides to buy a ticket, but the screening is sold out. Dejected, he meets Sally, a popcorn girl who is also a Snyder fan and couldn't get a ticket. They form a bond over their shared disappointment and mutual love for superhero movies. Throughout the film, their connection deepens, and a romantic relationship begins to blossom. As the screening begins, we see the Snyder fans in the theater getting emotional and cheering at iconic moments. Suddenly, a group of fans who were barred admission to the screening storm into the theater, armed with weapons and led by a madman in a Dr. Doom mask. They demand that Zack Snyder sell the franchise to Netflix in order to keep it alive and take the theatergoers hostage, with John and Sally among them. John initially tries to keep a low profile, but as the situation escalates, he decides to take action. He sneaks around the theater, gathering intel on the terrorists and trying to find a way to take them down. Meanwhile, we learn more about the terrorists' motivations. They are convinced that Zack Snyder's vision for the Justice League franchise is the only one worth following, and will stop at nothing to ensure his legacy lives on. John manages to make contact with the outside world, and law enforcement and SWAT teams arrive on the scene. They attempt to negotiate with the terrorists, but the situation quickly devolves into violence. The madman's second-in-command, a man with a basketball for a head, dons a black suit Superman costume as his final form. John takes matters into his own hands, using his knowledge of the mall's ventilation system to outmaneuver the terrorists and take them out one by one. Along the way, he uses his Marvel knowledge to improvise weapons and gadgets to aid him in his mission. He also engages in an epic battle with the basketball-headed black suit Superman, ultimately defeating him. In the end, John manages to save the hostages, including Sally, and defeat the terrorists. He is hailed as a hero by the media and the public, and he even gains newfound respect for Zack Snyder and his fans. As John and Sally walk out of the theater, hand in hand, John gazes at the poster for Zack Snyder's Justice League with a newfound appreciation for the passion and dedication of fans.